Good morning, student. Welcome to the PR Patil Institute of Polytechnic and Technology, Amravati, in the Department of Computer Engineering. And also welcome to the third year of 6th SEM. I am Professor Trupti Ghongde, going to teach you one subject of 6th semester, that is Mobile Application Development. Okay, so let's start our session. First of all, let's talk about the particular syllabus structure. What we are going to do throughout the semester in this particular subject. I hope all of you have gone through this particular structure, the syllabus structure. The subject name is Mobile Application Development and the code is 22617. I think you all are aware of this particular marks distribution. And now you can see that from the beginning, we are going to start the overview of Android operating system. So in this mobile application development, specifically we are going to learn about the Android operating system. So in the first unit, we are going for the overview of Android. On that, we are going to see some basic components. What is the need of Android? What are the features of Android? Which tools and softwares are required for developing an Android application? And what is the architecture of Android? In second unit, we are going for some advanced topics like types of operating system, Android development tools, and how we can install Android Studio. And also we will explore the Android Studio environment. Okay. And after that, we will jump into the particular user interface components and layouts. And in that, we are specifically go for the different components of the screen, fundamentals of user interface design, and the layouts of Android operating system. After that, in unit number 4, we are specifically go for designing user interface with view. Okay, so in that we will go for the view and view groups. Okay, so in this unit we will learn how we can create the menus and all that stuff. Okay, now in unit number 5, we are going to learn about the activities, fragment, and intent. Okay, so like you are going to put some activity. So whenever you are opening any application, so whatever view is in front of you, that is known as an activity. Okay, so you can move from one activity to another activity. So whenever you click on something and page is going to open, this is called another activity. Then we are going to see fragment. Okay, so fragment is another important thing in your syllabus, which we are going to learn. After that, we are going to learn about the database. Okay, so in Android operating system, we are going to learn SQLite database. Okay, after that, in unit number 6, we are going to learn location based services and maps. Okay, so we are going to deal with the Google Map application programming interface and how you can display the maps into the mobile application. That also we are going to learn in the syllabus. Okay, so see, right now we all are using all these applications. So whatever things we are using, so now we are going to learn how we can create that things and how if you want to modify some things, then also you can modify that things. Okay, and at the last we will see how you can publish and distribute your Android application. Okay, so from Android store you can download some applications right from the Google Play Store. Okay, but from where it comes and how that particular developers deploy that application onto the server, or we can say that how these particular developers deploy that application onto the Google Play Store, that also we are going to learn. Okay, so along with that we are also going to learn about the versioning. Okay, so sometimes you are getting updates like phone book 1.0, phone book 2.0 and like that. So versioning is also important, so that also we are going to learn. So this is our journey in this particular subject. Now here are some books available for your reference. From Vikas Publication, Android book is there. From Appress Publication, Pro Android 5, Android Programming for Beginners is also available from Packet Publication. Okay, so these are the three reference books you have. And if you can also download the PDF of these books if you want to learn from the computer. And apart from this, there are some learning websites. So this is the wonderful reference that they have put in your syllabus. So all the stuffs you can get from this particular websites. Okay, and after that, here is the list of possible practicals. So there are 32 practicals in your syllabus. Uh, so we are going to do 15 plus demo in our particular subject. So what I will do, I will later on put lab manual. So right now what you will do, whatever the programs we will cover in our lecture, so that stuff you have to practice in our lab session. Okay, so let's start our syllabus. First of all, we are going to deal with the introduction. Okay, so first of all, we will go for what is Android. So Android is a complete set of software packages and Linux based operating system for mobile devices such as tablet computers, notebook, smartphones, electronic book readers, set-top boxes, and etc. Okay, so right now Android based televisions are also there. So TVs are also there, smart TVs. Okay, so you can just imagine that Android is everywhere. So wherever the smart applications, smart appliances are there, they are basically using the Android. Okay, so it is a complete set of software package. Now it also contains Linux based operating system, middleware, and key mobile applications. So it can be thought of as a mobile operating system, but it is not limited to mobile only. Okay, as we discussed that it is everywhere like mobile phone, tablets, televisions, etc. Okay, so it is basically developed by the Google and later by the OHA, that is Open Handset Alliance. So these particular peoples have taken over particular Android development responsibilities. Now Java language is mainly used to write the Android code, even though other languages can be used. For example, Kotlin. Okay, so here we have two options. First one is Java and second one is Kotlin. Okay, so in this particular subject, we are going for the Java. Now what is Open-Handed Alliance? Open-Handed Alliance is a consortium of 84 companies such as Google, Samsung, AKM, Synaptic, KDDI, German, Teleka, eBay, Intel, etc. So lots of companies are there, and it was established on 5th November 2007 led by the Google. Now this OHA is committed to advance open standards that provide services and deploy handsets using Android platform. Okay, so these are the responsibilities of this OHA as they are open standards that provide services and deploy handsets using Android platform. So whatever mobile phones right now you are using based on Android, that are all developed by this particular firm or by this particular organization. So here is the company list. There are lots of companies, as we say that it is a consortium of 84 companies. So it contains all that stuff. Then next is the features of Android. Now what are the features of Android? First one is storage. For database, it uses SQLite. Okay. Then what is SQLite? SQLite is a lightweight relational database storage for data storage. It is really helpful when limited mobile memory storage is to be considered. Then second feature of Android, that is media support. It also supports majority of the formats. So you can see that listed here like images, audio, as well as video like H.263, H.264, AMR, AMRWB, JPG, PNG, GIF, and BMP. So Android operating system supports lots of formats. Then third feature of Android, messaging. Both SMS and MMS are supported. But right now, people are not using MMS and SMS too much because we have Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram and all that. But still SMS and MMS support are there. Now next feature is web browser. It also supports different web browsers and some connectivities like Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, WiMAX, CDMA and etc. Now the next feature of Android is hardware support. So it also deals with the sensors, cameras, digital compass, proximity sensor and GPS and a lot more. Okay, so some applications are based on that sensors and this proximity sensors and GPS. Okay, so lots of sensor facilities there based on that application. So with the use of that, you can get the data. After that, it also supports multi-touch, that is multi-touch screen. It also supports multitasking and flash support. Now the next feature of Android is tethering. Now what is tethering? For example, suppose if you want to connect wireless hotspot or wired internet so that you can connect your phone to the laptop or desktop, and from the mobile internet you can access it into the PC directly. Okay, so how it is possible? By using tethering hotspot. After that, screen capture and gestures are there. So with the help of gestures, we can use the phones without even touching it. Now apart from this, there are variety of features available for the Android. And right now, Android phones are very smart. Now let's go ahead and talk about the Android history. Now you can see over here, it is initially started Android 1.0, released in 2008. Android 1.1 released in February 2009. And from that, you can see that it is a long journey. Okay, so from that you can see that it is a long journey. So you can see that these are the particular flavors or versions of Android operating system. So until September 2020, Android 11 was released. So latest is particular Android 11. Okay, so that image explores the particular history of Android and it contains all the versions of Android operating system. Here I have put another image so that you can get clear idea of what is going on. So as we know that Android is everywhere. So these are the mobile phones from different companies and these mobile phones are using Android operating system. For example, HTC G1, Motorola, Sony Ericsson, Samsung Galaxy, Sono S880. These all are the mobile phones that are supporting Android operating system. Some tablets are also there. Velocity Micro Cruise, GOM FlyTouch, Acer BTouch, Cisco Android tablet, Toshiba Android Smartbook, Dava D7. So these are the lots of tablets supporting Android operating system. Now next is maturing mobile experiences. Now the maturing mobile experiences, what does it mean actually? In traditionally, we are using phone, pager, PD organizer, laptop, portable music players. But at that time, this much internet facility was not there. Okay. But today, we have all these applications on a single device, on a smartphone, and perhaps on a laptop. Okay. Now in today's scenario, you perform majority work on the smartphones. Right now, maybe you are attending this lecture on the mobile phone also. So you can imagine what is tomorrow. Okay, what will be the tomorrow? Tomorrow your technology will be advanced little bit more than today, or we can say that much more than today, because all the things going from AI, machine learning, deep learning, and natural language processing. So right now in your smartphone also, you are getting this particular facility. Like majority of the applications are using artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, and natural language processing and all. So whenever you predict something, it is natural language processing. Whenever you start your camera, your eyes are going to be detected, your face are going to be detected, rectangles are come whenever your face is detected. So what is this? It is the artificial intelligence and machine learning. Okay, so imagine that in today we are at 2020 and we have all these facilities. So when we are in 2030 or 2050, what will be there? So mobile experiences are maturing day by day. Okay, so I think this is enough for today, and we will cover more topics later on. So have a nice day and goodbye.